All right, it is now 11:25 and Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott on this Sunday morning. We're watching severe weather approach portions of west Alabama. In fact, not going to be long. We've got severe weather moving across the state line. We do note that Kemper and Noxubee County, Mississippi, there's a tornado warning for this suspicious feature right there. The National Weather Service decided to go with a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Pickens County, North Sumter, and North Greene County, and that's until 12:15. But in the text, they say it's a possible tornado with that. So let me show you the warning and what the deal is with that. Again, you see this large severe thunderstorm warning that includes pretty much all of Pickens County, all of Sumter County, all of Greene County. The reason for this is because of this Boeing segment that's developing back in Mississippi, just across the state line. See the tornado warning back in East Mississippi, but the National Weather saying possible tornado with this, so this could easily be upgraded to a tornado warning at any time. So I want to be on here for you and give you a heads up what's happening across this part of West Alabama. By the way, all of West and Central Alabama is under a tornado watch until 7 o'clock tonight. So again, got a while to go before this round is over with. This is one of two rounds, by the way, of severe weather we're going to deal with. Let me put on the velocity and show you what we're looking at. And again, there's a suspicious area right back here in East Mississippi that could be a tornado developing. We're going to watch that carefully. We've got a lot of damage reports back in Mississippi of tornado damage, straight line wind damage as well. So again, this is the storms have a history of producing quite a bit of damage. So we want to be on TV for you as well, kind of let you know what's happening. We'll put on the hazards and see what we're picking up with our computer algorithm. That certainly looks like a suspicious area. Looks like a kink in that line tried to become tornadic circulation. And again, the guys at the National Weather Service in Jackson did issue a tornado warning for that. But Alabama, from the National Weather Service in Birmingham, they decided to go with severe thunderstorm warning. And just a update from the National Weather Service. These guys are watching this carefully for a possible upgrade to a tornado warning for southern Pickens County, northern Sumter. So again, the National Weather Service is watching this carefully for the potential for upgrading this to a tornado warning. And just look at a couple things behind the scenes here. Okay. Yeah, just notes from the National Weather Service, really watching this carefully. Again, a tornadic circulation. This thing's going to be coming out of East Mississippi, moving into southwest Pickens County here in just a matter of moments. So let me check some sources here kind of behind the scenes, and we're going to stay on here, I think, for a while just to see what we got here. And there's no doubt there's evidence of rotation that is developing back in East Mississippi. So again, we're watching this carefully for the potential for a tornado that could be moving into southwest Pickens County right now. Okay, and here we go. We got a tornado warning from the National Weather Service. All right, so we got a tornado warning that has just been issued because of a developing rotation that is moving into Pickens County. This is going to be far northern portions of southern portions of Pickens County, far northern portions of Sumter County. So if you're just now joining us, Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott, we're on air. We're going to stay on air for a while, it looks like, because we now have a tornado warning for a storm that could be producing a tornado coming out of East Mississippi. That little area right there, let me show you the warning and who all's in that warning, because here's the warning polygon. It includes areas north of Geiger and ML in Sumter County on 17 up to Aliceville and Carrollton for a potential for a tornado that's coming out of East Mississippi. You see the warning polygon does not go all the way to Highway 82. It stops before you get to 82, so Reform and Gordo. Just a heads up for you, it could be approaching your area, but right now it includes areas to the south of that. Let me pull on the radar display and take you into that storm that we're watching. Again, this is coming into Pickens County, a far northern Sumter County, for a potential tornado that could be down. And there's no doubt this area right here looks extremely suspicious. Right there, that area is actually called a beware bounded weak echo region, approaching Cooksville, Mississippi. Then you got Dancy, Alabama, and Cochran, Alabama on 17 for the potential for a tornado that could be developing. And I would say, based off of this signature, there's a good chance there's a tornado on the ground with this. And more than likely, it's going to be a quick spin-up type of tornado, but I would say there's a good chance there's a tornado down with this. So again, if you're in Dancy, Alabama, just west of Vienna and Cochran, that's where this tornadic circulation is heading. Here's a new radar update. Looks like the circulation is going to be right here. We'll pull on the velocity for you. and look at this together on TV. And that's the old velocity display waiting on the new update. Again, the new update should show the rotation somewhere in here. Looks like possibly a new spin up developing there. But again, we got evidence of rotation coming into southwest Pickens County. This is going to be far northern portion of Sumter County. This is north of Geiger. Geiger sits right down there at the bottom of your screen for the potential for a tornado. I think it's going to be just north of there. So again, a dangerous signature. We are carefully watching. Let's put on Birmingham reflectivity, and we're a little far away from Birmingham, so we'll put Columbus back on and look at that. And again, we had a very suspicious area right there. It's now moving into West Alabama. There's your rotational signature right there on reflectivity on the rain portion of radar. And again, this is moving into Pickens County. Now, this is well to the west of Tuscaloosa, but a heads up, these severe storms will be approaching the Tuscaloosa area here a little bit later on this morning. Again, just checking updates from the National Weather Service. So far, no reports of damage from this, but it is a dangerous thunderstorm that could easily be producing a tornado coming out of East Mississippi. So if you're watching us in West Alabama, we're talking about areas that are to the west of Utah. This does not include Greene County, but the severe thunderstorm, the tornadic circulation, the tornado warning continues until 12:15, and that's for Pickens and Sumter County. So let me take you out to a wide view here. There's the tornadic circulation we're carefully watching. I'm going to tell you what, let me put Birmingham's reflectivity on, and I'm going to take you out to a wide view, show everybody across Alabama. A lot of people asking what is happening with the weather across Alabama because, you know, a lot of people watch us from different parts of the state. And let me take you and show you that wide view. And again, there's your tornado warning for Pickens County and far northern Sumter County. Everybody else pretty quiet right now. We have dry conditions for the most part across central Alabama, but a very breezy south wind that is developing, and that wind is fueling these thunderstorms that come out of East Mississippi. And by the way, it's 11:30 in the morning. These storms are way ahead of schedule. You know, something we've been talking about since early this morning is how fast these storms have progressed across Mississippi, way ahead of schedule. So unfortunately, that may have caught a few people off guard, but the Storm Prediction Center did a good job going out with that tornado watch ahead of time, so everybody is updated on what's happening in terms of the watches and warnings across the area. But again, we got a tornado watch for much of West Alabama and really all of West Alabama up to the Interstate 65 corridor, and that's until 7 o'clock this evening. Let me put on the watch warning map and show you what we got, because we got certainly an active map to show you. Now, we got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. We got pretty much just about all of Sumter County to the north of Highway 80 under severe thunderstorm warning, and that goes until 12:15 as well. That includes all of Greene County and all of Pickens County. Now, we have one tornado warning for Pickens County. That's the southern half of Pickens County, an extreme northern tip of Sumter County. Now, you see the tornado warning polygon extends back in East Mississippi. And let me take you into a little bit closer to show you where, who's really in that tornado warning, because I know a lot of people down here in that portion of the state are curious about that. Again, this does include areas like Aliceville. So if you're in Aliceville and Carrollton, areas like that, you're going to be under the gun for the potential for tornadoes. So let me pan you up here. And Pickensville, you're also under the tornado warning. It's going to be a close call for Pickensville, but on Highway 14, where it interchanges with 17, that's where I'm really concerned about for the possibility for a tornado. It's going to really follow Highway 17 right into the Aliceville area and then into the Carrollton area. So again, if you're watching us in that part of Pickens County, this is west of Tuscaloosa. If you're watching us in areas like Tuscaloosa up towards Samantha and Northport, you're okay for now. But in about an hour, these storms, these severe thunderstorms, going to be approaching your area. So while things are pretty quiet for Tuscaloosa over towards Northport, down towards Greensboro, you're going to have some issues here a little bit later on as we go into the midday hour, into the early afternoon as well. So again, that's the watch warning map. Let me zoom in a little bit closer to this and show you everybody in this. And again, here's some of the smaller communities. You got the Saps community. There's Carrollton. That's Highway 17 that interchanges with 14 in downtown Aliceville. Cochran's right there. In fact, we've got 32 that comes in out of East Mississippi that comes into Cochran, into Highway 17. The tornadic circulation is really close to Cochran now. And again, just a heads up, if you're driving on 14, if you're heading north of Sawyerville, northwest of Utah, to Pickens County, you got to pull over and let the storm pass by. Again, this isn't just one small thunderstorm. This is a very large cluster of storms that's coming out of East Mississippi, but there's these spin-ups that are along this line, so pretty much everybody's going to get rain and thunder and gusty winds, but the tornadic circulations are going to be these small spin-ups within the line itself. So again, just a heads up for that area. Here's Pickens County. There's North Sumter County. Greene County, you're not under the tornado warning, so let me take you. Let's look at the reflectivity. I'm going to look at Columbus reflectivity and just see what it looks like now. There's our old scan right there. And again, this is coming really down Highway 32, about to interchange 17, about to cross 17. Really heavy rain is about to fall now in Cochran. I'll tell you what, while we got the reflectivity on, let me draw a cone on here. Here's a new update. And again, we still got that bounded weak echo region, that beware region. Looks like a donut on radar, and that's really close to Cochran. I'm concerned about that thing over Cochran, and this thing's moving northeast just like that. It's going to continue northeast. Here's some of the communities in the path and see some of the arrival times. Aliceville at about 11:52. Now, the tornado warning itself goes until 12:15 for Pickens County. North Sumter County, you'll be clear from that warning in the matter of about 5 or 10 minutes as this moves out of Sumter County. It really looks like it's totally in Pickens County. There's your bounded weak echo region. That's your tornadic circulation. Again, this is clearly north of Sumter County, but all the way down into Sumter County. Understand the weather is horrible as we do have a line of severe thunderstorms capable of producing damaging winds in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour based off some of the reports back in Mississippi. But again, there's a Kirk community. That's at 12:30. Gordo around 12:33. And that is if this circulation holds together and makes it that far to the Highway 82 corridor. Highway 82, you're not under the tornado warning. It stops just before that. But again, that does have me certainly concerned. Let me look at the hazards on this, and I just want to see what we've got, just to kind of see if we got anything popping up on our computer here. And so far, we don't see anything. And that's the deal with these spin-ups along the line. It's hard to detect, I can tell you that, but you could look at that reflectivity. There's your donut hole. That's clearly evidence of a tornado that could be down there. We'll look at the lightning display off of this. And again, we got a lot of lightning with this thunderstorm. Our lightning's a little bit delayed behind the storm, but it's there. I can assure you of that. Let's go to our report, see if we got anything so far out of this. And again, our reports, let me click on that. So far, no official reports out of this storm, which is a good thing. I can't promise you that's going to last forever, but there could easily be a tornado that's down with this. I want to look at one more thing while we got you on air with this tornado warning. Tell you what, let me go back to the debris signature. And this is going to look kind of funky. This is correlation coefficient. This is a dual pole technology with a radar. And again, what this is basically showing is there debris being lofted or picked up. And I do not see any screaming evidence of debris here, which is good. It doesn't mean there's not a tornado down, though. So again, that's one at least promising thing. We do not see any obvious signs of debris. So we'll pull on our velocity display, and there's several areas of rotation. There's one right there that is moving into West Pickens County. These things are spinning up all over this line. We're going to have, I think, probably several quick spin-up tornadoes touch down. While we've got that, let me pan you down the line. I just want to kind of see, is there any other obvious indications of rotation besides that one that's coming into Pickens County? And I do not see anything down here. Understand much of Sumter County is under severe thunderstorm warning. Do not see any screaming sign of rotation with any other storms. And we're just going to kind of bounce around here, just look down the line. And there's no doubt your rotation's right there coming into Pickens County. It looks like this is totally north of Sumter County. So if you're in Sumter County, you're going to be okay with that tornadic circulation. Understand there may be more, so let me put on the reflectivity. We're going to stay on Columbus because it gives us a better vantage point. And this area, this is a developing comma head, and anytime we have these comma heads develop on the radar, they can easily put down a small tornado. Typically, you don't get a very large tornado with this, but it doesn't matter. If you're in a mobile home, if you're in a car, you got to understand that this is a dangerous thunderstorm. This could easily drop a tornado. So if you're watching us again, this is totally into Pickens County, looks like north of Sumter County. I know northern Sumter County, you're officially under that tornado warning, but it sure looks like it's going to be to your north. But we will continue to watch this. Again, so far, no word from the National Weather Service. That's good. So no damage reports out of this, which is fantastic news. But we will continue to watch that storm. Again, we got a tornado warning for Pickens County. It looks like a developing comma head feature on our radar, and that could easily drop a small tornado. So we got to keep a very careful eye on that. So again, if you are just now joining us, I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. It is 11:40 on this Sunday morning. We are watching severe weather that's approaching, moving into West Alabama now. We got one tornado warning that is in Pickens County, southwest Pickens County. And that's tracking northeast just like that at about 40 to 45 miles per hour. Let me take you to a wide view and reset this for you, just show everybody out there, because I understand, trust me, a lot of people that are getting out of church about now that are asking what's happening across Alabama. For the Interstate 65 corridor, it's going to be a few more hours, likely a couple of more hours before these storms get anywhere near you. The storms are just over the West Alabama state line now. They're tracking east, so again, places like Birmingham down towards Montgomery and Clanton up towards Coleman. You've got a few hours before these storms do formally arrive, but that feature right there coming into Pickens County does have us concerned for the potential for a tornado. And I'll do a loop on this and kind of show you what we've got going on. And again, you see this area we've been watching. Again, this is a developing comma head type of feature that's coming out of eastern Mississippi into West Alabama. So you can see the radar loop here for the past few hours, how this has kind of evolved across central Mississippi and east Mississippi now to West Alabama. And understand this is going to drop a lot of rain as well. We've had some flash flooding issues across much of Mississippi from this. We had lots of damage reports, and I'll show you some of the damage reports that we've had out of Mississippi. And you can kind of see some of these along with you. And there's been numerous tornado reports back to the west. Let me pan this back to your west so you can see that. And goodness, look at all the tornado icons or tornado touchdowns. We've had numerous tornado touchdowns back here in Mississippi, and these other icons are damaging winds where there have been trees toppled or some structural damage from damaging straight line winds, and really all up and down Mississippi. We've had quite a few reports. The last reports we had are to the west of this line, but understand there's sometimes a delay here. There could be a 30-minute delay between getting a report and seeing an icon pop up on the screen. And okay, yeah, Sumter County, they're going to knock Sumter County out of that tornado warning, but they will continue the tornado warning for Pickens County. And I do want to mention this storm could also produce some hailstones, possibly the size of quarter size, but it really looks like the main threat is going to be for the potential for developing tornadoes. So you see the reports here on the screen again. They're going to knock Sumter County out of the tornado warning. Sumter County, you can continue under severe thunderstorm warning until 12:15, but the tornado warning is going to be knocked out of that county. It is going to be into Pickens County alone. Again, that is reports. Now, let me take that off. Let's look at Columbus reflectivity. All right, there's your storm. Let me zoom us into this thing just a little bit. And again, the deal is we've got a line of thunderstorms. This thing is a continuous line of storms that stretches all the way from near Tupelo, Mississippi down to Meridian and even down towards Hattiesburg from there. And this line of storms has the potential to produce several tornadoes. These would be more likely the spin-up type of tornadoes that don't last very long, but they could easily do structural damage, and it can be a threat to life and property. So if you are in advance of one of these severe storms or one of these tornado warnings, you got to seek shelter. And if you're in a mobile home, you got to get out of that. A mobile home or a car, you can't be in a car or mobile home. That's a terrible place to be when we have a severe thunderstorm or a tornado. So again, it does not take a lot of wind to topple a mobile home or a car. So if you're in one of those, find shelter somewhere else, whether it's a brick type structure or a site-built home or anything other than a mobile home or a car, because those are not a safe place at all to be. And again, the latest deal is we just continue a tornado warning Okay, let's see. National Weather Service making a new note, may have to go with a tornado warning for a new storm that's coming out of Lamar County, or that's approaching Lamar County. So let me take you into that. Looks like we could have a brand new tornado warning issued. So again, we got several things happening at the same time here. Looks like a new circulation that's developing right up here. Oh, wow, yeah. You can see that on reflectivity very clearly. You got your rain that's kind of wrapping around the mesocyclone here. You can see that very clear. Let me pull on the velocity display. Oh, velocity, and I'm going to pan us back over there. Let's see. So we got another storm that is capable of producing a tornado that could be coming into Lamar County, and we're going to take you into that storm now. And again, if you're just now joining us, we got a tornado warning for Pickens County, and we could be getting a new tornado warning for Lamar County. A storm that's coming out of East Mississippi. And there's your rotation right there. So this is going to be on the north side of Highway 96 for the potential for a new tornado. National Weather Service watching this carefully. Looks like they may issue a tornado warning. We got Danielle Davis in the Weather Center too. Danielle's working on the blog and keeping updates there. So and she'll update us if we have a tornado warning for Lamar County or not. But I would not be surprised if we get one shortly. Okay, we do? Okay, so yeah, we have a new tornado warning, and that is for Lamar County until 12:30. So we've got two tornado warnings now. We have the potential for two different tornadic circulations that's moving into West Alabama, and we got one that is coming into Lamar County now. You see on your radar display, that is velocity. That's the wind inside the thunderstorm. That is rotating wind. And that is approaching, it looks like the Millport-Kennedy area, maybe moving a little north of there. I would say from Millport-Kennedy on 96 all the way up to Hattagee and even up to Vernon. So if you're in Vernon, you need to be in a safe place now. And again, this is a circulation that definitely is one we need to watch. It looks like one of these quick spin-ups along the line, and has the potential to drop a tornado. So here's velocity, what you're looking at. And I do want to remind you, if you go over to our website at WVUA23.com, we are streaming live online, WVUA23.com. Hit the weather tab, and you can watch nonstop coverage there on our weather stream. Also, Facebook and Twitter, lots of updates are going out there. Our weather blog, if you go over to WVUA23.com, click weather blog, we got updates there. So again, there's a new tornado warning. So let me put on our warning display and show you who all's in this warning. Again, this is going to include, areas north of Millport and Kennedy. Looks like this is moving more due northeast rather than east-northeast. So again, this is going to be a direct threat to Vernon and Hattagee. Let me pan you to the north just a little bit so we can see all the warning. So again, all the way up to Sulligent. So if you're on 17 from Sulligent down to Vernon, I would say all the way down to Highway 96 to where Kennedy and Millport meet 96 down here in South Lamar County. Anybody north of that, you need to be in a safe place. Again, that includes the lowest floor of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. So a dangerous thunderstorm that could be dropping a tornado now moving to Lamar County. So we have two different tornadic storms. This one coming into Lamar County that could easily drop a tornado, and another one that is coming into Pickens County. So let me just pan you down the line here, and I'll show you the one in Pickens County because this was not too far to the south right here. So if you're watching us in Saps or Carrollton, Pickensville and Aliceville along Highway 14 and Highway 17 across Pickens County, much of central Pickens County is under tornado warning. That's until 12:15 for that one. The one to the north is until, I believe, 12:30. That warning, that is a 12:30, right, for that tornado warning? Okay. So again, we have two different storms we're carefully watching that has the potential to drop a tornado. One that's moving into Lamar County as we speak. It's coming out of East Mississippi. Another one that's tracking across Pickens County. And this one is about to cross over Highway 14. So again, if you are watching us, we got a dangerous thunderstorm, two dangerous thunderstorms that could be dropping a tornado. And both of these do look suspicious on radar, and both of these storms look very suspicious on velocity. And just checking some things kind of behind the scenes here just for a moment, so bear with me. Again, the one coming out of East Mississippi into Lamar County, I do not see any screaming evidence of debris signature on a correlation coefficient on the dual pole technology we got, which is fantastic, but does not mean that will last forever. So again, that could easily change. There could easily be a tornado down with this. So we got two different circulations that's moving into West Alabama. Both of these circulations have the potential to drop a tornado. And again, what we're watching here is we got a line of thunderstorms that's capable of producing a tornado. And both of these tornadic storms are coming into Pickens County. One's coming into Pickens County, one's moving into Lamar County. So again, it's just a situation we will have to continue to watch for the potential for a tornado that is there. Let's move it across that part of the state. If you're just now joining us, I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. It is 11:50 on this Sunday morning. We are watching a tornadic storm that is moving out of East Mississippi into Lamar County, and a new tornado warning, a new tornadic storm that is moving into Lamar County. So again, it's two different circulations we got to carefully watch, and both of those circulations could easily drop a tornado. So just checking things from the National Weather Service, looks like a report between Pickensville and Aliceville of small tree limbs and debris falling from the sky. This cannot be confirmed, but this is for the one in Pickens County. So again, that is not a good sign. If you ever see tree limbs or debris falling from the sky, there's clearly a tornado down with this storm coming across Pickens County. According to that report, that is not official, but that is a report. And again, that's the deal where we got to take this thing serious across Pickens County. There could easily be one down. So let me put on the velocity display here and see what we got. And again, this was between Pickensville and Aliceville of a report. Now, understand it's not confirmed, but it is the potential report for tree limbs and leaves falling from the sky here on Highway 14 between Pickensville and Aliceville, and that would be right there where that tornadic circulation is. It's not an incredibly tight tornadic circulation like it was a few minutes ago. Perhaps it has lifted, but we cannot take a chance with that. So again, anywhere in West Pickens County, from Pickensville to Aliceville, up into the central part of the county, into Carrollton, downtown Carrollton, you need to be in a safe place now. Certainly get out of a mobile home or out of a car. If you're driving on 14 or 17, even 86 coming out of Gordo, you need to be in a safe place, and you need to be in a safe place right now. Let me take you to the north and show you the other circulation we've got that's coming into Lamar County. Again, we're going to pan up the line, and what you're looking at is a velocity. There's other circulation right there that's tracking northeast towards Vernon and Hightiger on 17 across Lamar County. So again, just to kind of reset things, we've got two tornado warnings in effect, one for Lamar County and one for Pickens County. I want to show you the warnings we've got. And there they are. So we got a tornado warning till 12:30 for much of central Lamar County, including Vernon, areas to the north of Highway 96 at Kennedy and Millport corridor on 96, areas north of that, and then on 14 and 17 intersection over here in Pickens County. There's a brand new severe thunderstorm warning, looks like it just put out for Marion County and all of Lamar County, all of Pickens County, much of Sumter County, all of Greene County. So basically a swath of a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued as well, and all of these could produce a small spin-up tornado, but we have two tornadic circulations that I'm concerned about that could easily drop a tornado. So again, a brand new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Marion County, Lamar County, Pickens County, Sumter County, and Greene County. Pretty much the entire counties are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, we got two tornadic circulations as well, and both of these could be dropping a tornado. The counties in yellow, that's a tornado watch until 7 o'clock this evening. So again, we got a lot happening across central Alabama. Let me take you back over to the reflectivity, and I want to do a loop here across Alabama and show you what's happening, what's coming at us. And we've got this segment here that's coming out of East Mississippi. I'll click that loop for you. Coming out of East Mississippi into western Alabama, cluster of thunderstorms that is moving pretty quickly off to the northeast, and these could easily produce a tornado. So again, if you're watching us now, there's your loop. Here's your storms that continue to track northeast just like that. Again, we've got several dangerous thunderstorms that could easily be dropping a tornado. By the way, I do want to mention Lamar and Marion County. That severe thunderstorm warning goes until 12:45. So we've got a tornado warning for Lamar County until 12:30, a tornado warning for Pickens County until 12:15 for several distinct circulations along this line. That is moving northeast just like that. So again, here's a look at that cluster of storms that's coming out of Mississippi into West Alabama. And we do have two tornadic storms. I'll tell you what we can do. Let's go over to our camera in Tuscaloosa and check out things. This is live from Bryant-Denny. We are looking towards the west in the direction of the severe storms and tornadic storms that are coming into West Alabama. Again, these storms are all concerning. This line of storms that continues to approach from the west. And I want you to notice the air temperature 78, the wind's out of the southeast at 11. Anytime you get a southeast wind ahead of a line of storms like this, you kind of increase your wind shear, and that may be why we keep seeing these spin-ups that develop along the line. So again, we got these spin-up tornadoes that are developing along the line that is coming into West Alabama. And that continues to track. All these storms are moving northeast, but the line itself is progressing off towards the east. And I do want to remind you, we are online. If you join us live, if you join us live online, if you go over to WVUA23.com, and if you click on our weather tab, here's some of that information on the screen for you. If you click on the weather tab, you can hit our live severe weather. That is to watch us live online. Also, if you go over to WVUA23.com, you click on our blog, and there's our Facebook and Twitter information. We've got updates going on there as well, warnings being posted on there, and also a link we just posted that you can click on to see that. So again, we've got two tornado warnings now, one for Pickens County, one for Lamar County. We've got a swath of severe thunderstorm warnings for most of, pretty much all of West Alabama, the West Alabama row of counties that could join Mississippi. These will continue to track off towards the east. I want to look at the dew points, just kind of see what is happening. Dew points are in the upper 60s rather. That is a very tropical air mass. That's a good fuel source for severe weather. That's why we continue to see this move across Alabama. So again, we continue to watch these storms carefully. A live look from our camera in Tuscaloosa. So far, they're just a little too far away to see, but I can tell you now that will be changing. We're going to see these storms from Tuscaloosa here pretty quick. So again, here's the latest situation. If you're just now joining us, we got two tornado warnings. Let's see. Okay. Looks like there's some damage. Let me check this real quick. All right, so we got some damage coming in now. This is from Pickens County in Aliceville. There's a building with roof damage in downtown, some metals on the road in Aliceville, and that's coming from a media source out of Columbus, Mississippi. Again, some reports now of some damage in Aliceville. So we believe either that is straight line wind damage or the potential for a tornado in downtown Aliceville. Let me take you into that storm and show you what we got here. Again, this is the storm that's in Pickens County. We've got two different tornadic circulations. One of those that's coming across Pickens County. And I can tell you, based off that reflectivity look, there's certainly evidence of a tornado there. The velocity has not been as impressive with this, which is surprising, but it looks like there could have been a potential tornado touchdown somewhere. Back here between Cochran and Aliceville, we had reports of debris falling from the sky. That's one very obvious sign, a red flag, as you would say, that there's something touched down, a tornado touched down, and now we have some structural damage reported in downtown Aliceville. So either that was straight line wind damage, we don't know yet. Nobody has reported seeing a tornado, but if you put those two reports together, you got debris falling from the sky, then you have reports of some structural damage, more than likely. Velocity on this And it looks like a couplet up here close to Carrollton. That looks really impressive. I'm going to take you up there. Let me zoom in a little bit closer to that. And again, the rotational signature is past Aliceville. If you're in Concord, Aliceville, you're okay now. It's to your east. It's clearly to your east, but looks like potential for new circulation right here in Carrollton. This could be a spin up. Now understand, Carrollton is under a tornado warning. So if you are watching us in Carrollton, you are under a tornado warning as well in Pickens County. But I'll tell you what, on Highway 86, you know, where it joins 17, you need to be in a safe place. And that includes the lowest floor of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you can. And we're going to get you through this and continue to watch this. So, again, we got a tornado warning for Lamar County. We've got a tornado warning for Pickens County. So just a heads up, if you are watching us in Carrollton, down to areas to the east of Aliceville. Looks like Aliceville, you're going to be okay now, but the tornadic circulation is to your east. So we got 2 tornado warnings. One of those is in southwest Lamar County, and the other tornadic circulation is in central Pickens County. So heads up, if you're in Pickens County, you need to be in a safe place right now. All right, it is now 12 o'clock. I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. If you are joining us, I'm here with WVUA's Danielle Davis. We continue to watch this. We got Reggie Rokes that is also helping us online that continues to update the severe weather situation across west and central Alabama. We got several tornadic circulations that have developed across Alabama ahead of a line of storms. So let me take you out to a wide view and show everybody out there, kind of reset this for you, because I know lots happening in a lot of different places over West Alabama. And I'm going to put on Columbus reflectivity because that gives us a better idea of what this thing looks like. There's a line of severe storms lined up from western Marion County all the way down to the southwest Sumter County. It goes further south than that, but these severe thunderstorms have these kinks in them. This line of severe storms has these kinks that are developing, and each one of these could develop a tornado. We've had some damage now reported out of Aliceville and Pickens County. I would not be surprised if we get more damage reports shortly out of some of these storms that are coming into West Alabama. So let me take you into the storms that are tornadic. And one of those is coming across Lamar County. These are all moving northeast at a pretty good clip. So if you are in Vernon, you need to be in a safe place right now. We had a dangerous thunderstorm that's approaching Highway 17 coming right towards Vernon. So if you're watching us in Vernon, again, get in the lowest floor of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as you can, and we will continue to give you updates on this. And hey, if you lose power, you can always watch us online. If you go over to WVUA23.com, click the weather tab and hit the live severe weather option. Just an update, just another source of information there, because I know sometimes you can lose power if you got a satellite provider. You know, there's a lot of satellite providers out there that you lose a signal at about the worst time. You know, you lose signal during the thunderstorm, and that's when you need updates the most. So, you know, that's the deal with that. So again, we got a tornadic circulation that is coming up on Highway 17 in Vernon. Look at the velocity with this, and let me zoom back out. Keep missing the button there. Let me zoom out just a little bit and take you back into that storm. Again, this is going to be for Vernon. Areas like that, you're going to be directly in the path of the potential for developing tornado. There you are in Vernon. There's 17. Let me put on the velocity and show you this, what we've got. And there's no doubt, there's strong evidence of a tornado right here. Look at that. You got your bright red and green that's a couplet there, so that's moving northeast at 40. So let's put a storm path on this and show you who's going to be in the direct path. There's your rotation. It's moving northeast just like that at about a 30 to 40 miles per hour. Here's some of the communities in the path. Again, Vernon, right now, you need to be in a safe place. Looks like there's a high potential. There's a tornado here based off that velocity signature. What has happened down in Pickens County looked less impressive, and we've got some damage reports out of that. But that's the latest situation with that. 1250, the Bobo community, and if it holds together, we're looking at areas like Winfield, closer to 1 o'clock, Glen Allen closer to 1 o'clock. It looks like 12:30 to 1 o'clock for those areas as well. So let me tell you what, let me clear that off. going to zoom into this because this is a dangerous circulation that is between Hattagee and Vernon. There's no doubt that is an impressive signature on our velocity display. So if you're watching us and just now joining us in Lamar County, Vernon, Hattagee on 17, be in a safe place now. This is a dangerous circulation. No doubt there's a velocity couplet here that has developed. This is really going to be a close call for Vernon and Hattagee. So if this thing holds together, you're looking at the potential for a tornado that could be down with this storm. We got Danielle Davis, who's in the Weather Center, who's checking the National Weather Service. Danielle, anything coming out of this storm in Lamar County or Pickens, any reports?
So far, they haven't reported any damage out of Lamar or Pickens County. The National Weather Service is talking about saying that they're not going to, there's a possibility that they will not extend the Pickens County tornado warning, but will continue it as a severe storm.
Yeah, so basically this whole line is severe that's coming into West Alabama. So just keep us updated. If you get a report, let me know, and we'll continue to watch this. Again, just checking some things kind of behind the scenes. It looks like things are pretty quiet, but I'm telling you, based off that signal coming towards Vernon and Hattagee, we need to watch this very carefully. This is definitely a dangerous thunderstorm that could produce a tornado. And again, we're just kind of looking at different stuff here in the back and behind the scenes here, just kind of checking reports. And so far, other than that one damage report out of Pickens County and Aliceville, I have not heard of any other reports, but I can tell you now that circulation that's coming across Vernon, you need to be in a safe place. That is a very dangerous velocity couplet that's coming up in Vernon. And understand, we're looking at the radar site just north of Columbus, Mississippi. This is a close vantage point from a tornadic circulation. This could be on the ground heading right towards Vernon. So it is right now it's 12:06. I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott just now joining us. We're watching a dangerous thunderstorm that could easily drop a tornado that's coming towards Vernon. If you are in Vernon, you need to be in a safe place now. That is a very dangerous looking signature on our velocity. You got your bright red, the wind that's blowing away from the storm, away from the radar site. You got green, this wind blowing towards the radar site. The radar site's right here, so that's your couplet for the distinct signature for tornado that could be down that's coming across Vernon. So again, if you're in Vernon, you need to be in a safe place right now. And this continues moving northeast. I'm going to check the hazards with this, see if our computer is picking up on anything new. And again, it's picking up on the old mesocyclone, but I can tell you the rotation is very intense up here near Vernon. We'll look at the warning, and let me pan you a little bit to the north so you can see everybody in it. The tornado signature, if you're down to the southwest or west of Hattagee, you're okay now. The tornadic circulation is clearly right over Vernon. There's Highway 18 where it intersects Highway 17 in downtown Vernon. That's where this tornadic circulation is. And again, this is going to be a very close call for downtown Vernon for the potential for a tornado. And areas to the northeast just moves into kind of more of a rural portion of Lamar County. If you live to the northeast of Vernon, all the way to the county line here, you need to be in a safe place. And again, if this continues, you're talking about northwest portions of Fayette County that could be extended under the tornado warning. If that does continue, I'll take us out to the home view and show everybody out there. Again, we got two tornado warnings. The National Weather Service considering not extending the Pickens County tornado warning, but the Lamar County tornado does look very suspicious, does look impressive on our radar, and we got a string of severe thunderstorm warnings. Understand, it doesn't take a tornado to be a danger to your life or property. These straight line winds inside these thunderstorms could easily exceed 60 miles per hour, and that can knock trees down and power lines down anywhere from Highway 80 down here from Demopolis to York, all the way to the north, up to northern Marion County. That's that orange long string of polygons. That's the severe thunderstorm warning. Again, we got those two tornado warnings in effect, though, one for Pickens and one for Lamar. Let me take you into those storms. Going to pull up the velocity, and I'll take you closer into those storms and see what we got. Now let's look at first, before we go back up to Lamar County, let's look at Pickens County, because the National Weather Service is considering not extending the tornado warning for that. It does expire in about 5 minutes from now. So still near the Beards Mill area, It looks like possibly some rotation, but this mainly down here looks like straight line winds that's approaching West Tuscaloosa County. We'll likely see a severe thunderstorm warning issued pretty quickly for West Tuscaloosa County. But again, there could be some rotation developing there near Beards Mill. We'll need to watch that carefully. In fact, let's go to the north of that and look, see what we got. Let's go into Lamar County, and still evident rotation that's right on top of Vernon in Lamar County. So again, a dangerous thunderstorm in Lamar County near Vernon that could be dropping a tornado with that. So again, with that being said, the latest reports so far, things are pretty quiet. We still have reports of some damage, and that is an official storm report now in Pickens County. That is in downtown Aliceville. We've got some roof damage, a building with roof damage, some metal out of the street. Don't know if that was straight line wind damage or if that was a tornado that went through Aliceville. We just don't know that yet. We'll find out here in a little bit as we continue to get more updates on that. I do want to go live to our camera in Tuscaloosa. And again, we're going to be pretty ways off from this storm, but it's getting closer. These severe storms and tornadic storms are approaching from the west. So while things are pretty quiet for the moment in Tuscaloosa, I can tell you now these storms are heading your way. So here's a live look from Bryant-Denny. We got a wind out of the southeast, which is a favorable wind for tornadoes. Anytime you have a south or slightly southeast component to the wind, that is definitely something that has us concerned. As this line, the orientation of the line in a southeast wind is basically pulling plenty of moisture right into this line of storms. The line itself is oriented from north to south, but a southeast wind continues to kick moisture right into the updrafts of the storm. So again, that is something we are concerned about. So, and checking here, just kind of seeing what we got. No additional reports so far, which is fantastic. Hopefully that will continue. I can't guarantee that, but that's the latest with that. So again, if you are just now joining us, I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott along with Danielle Davis in the Weather Center. Also, we got Reggie Rokes, who is online with us updating social media and updating the blog. If you go over to WVUA23.com, if you lose power, you can watch us live nonstop right there. So if you hit that weather tab, again, WVUA23.com, hit the weather tab. You can see our live severe weather stream. We're on there nonstop right now, and we will continue to be there just as another source of information. So let me take you into the storms again that's coming across Lamar County and Pickens County and just see what we got here. And we're on Birmingham reflectivity. And I will say this storm is coming across Lamar County just past Vernon. That is a very suspicious signature. And yeah, we'll see if there's still a tornado there or not, or if a tornado has touched down. But it came right across Vernon. I would say if one touched down, it would have moved right over Vernon, literally right over town. So let's hope that did not happen. But we have not had any reports from that, which is fantastic. Hopefully that will continue to be the trend. If we can get this thing past Vernon without any damage, that'd be fantastic. So down Highway 17, we got severe storms that are approaching Palmetto now. Reform, very nasty weather coming in. We got the tornado warning that will be allowed to expire in about 3 minutes if the National Weather Service doesn't continue. But I'm really concerned about this Boeing segment coming through Kirk and approaching areas like the Gina community, West Tuscaloosa County, Hoffman down to Romulus and Coker and Nicola. Heads up, we got a very dangerous Boeing segment approaching you, and what that means is it's going to drop down a lot of wind in a very fast manner that's coming across East Pickens County. Now, this could also spin up a tornado, so we'll have to watch that carefully. So a heads up for West Tuscaloosa County to the west and Northport, up and down Highway 171 on the west side of town, down 82. All right. And down to Romulus. You need to be, I'd go ahead and go to a safe place, because I can tell you now this is going to lay down some trees and power lines if this continues. That's a very impressive Boeing feature. And based off the reports we had to the west, you need to take this thing serious. So let me go to our velocity. and just see what we got here. And yeah, still very strong evidence of strong damaging winds here coming through Gordo, about to approach Hoffman. Or Holloman. If you're in Holloman back to Gordo, that's where you need to be in a safe place, because for the potential for damaging straight line winds. There's not a tornado warning for you, but you have a high potential for damaging straight line winds. So let me pan you up the line here, and we're looking at velocity. And still watching this thing that's coming towards Palmetto on 17. We need to watch that feature there. This is on the north end of that Boeing segment. This thing could also produce a tornado. So Palmetto up and down 17 from Lamar County down into the Reform area. I would stay in a safe place just in case. I know the tornado warning expires right now, but I would still treat that storm as if there were a tornado with it, because it does look very suspicious. The Lamar County storm, the rotation is still there, but it is not as impressive as it was a few minutes ago. The tornado warning for Lamar County goes for 15 more minutes, so until 12:30 for Lamar County. Again, we got Danielle Davis in the Weather Center. And Danielle, anything coming from the National Weather Service, any reports you are picking up on?
No new reports. The Birmingham Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Fayette, Greene, Pickens, and Tuscaloosa counties until 1:15 p.m.
All right, so we got a severe thunderstorm warning that they went ahead and went with Tuscaloosa County and Lamar County. And what counties was that again?
Fayette, Greene, Pickens, and Tuscaloosa.
Okay, so they just basically did a big, broad brush of a severe thunderstorm warning for that. So again, that's the Boeing segment we're talking about for the potential for damaging straight line winds. So again, let me take you out to a wide view and show you everybody out there. And again, we're looking at velocity for tornadic circulation that's coming across Lamar County. Again, this is storm relative velocity, but let me put on the reflectivity. Basically the raindrops in the storms we can see. And again, there's velocity. Let me click on reflectivity. And what we got is we got a Boeing segment that has developed in Pickens County, and this thing could easily drop some damaging straight line winds. It's coming into West Tuscaloosa County as we speak. Could be seeing winds in excess of 60 miles per hour with that thunderstorm. Now, up in Lamar County, we still got a tornado warning for about 15 more minutes, but this Boeing segment right there definitely has me concerned for the potential for some strong straight line winds, and really that extends all the way down into Sumter County for the potential for some damaging straight line winds in excess of 50 to 60 miles per hour. The severe thunderstorm warnings also included for that. So let me put on the warnings and show you what all we got. And again, there's your severe thunderstorm warning. It looks like the south end of Greene County below Utah is not going to be issued under that severe thunderstorm warning, and Sumter County has been taken out of the severe thunderstorm warning. So the National Weather Service looking at that and saying, hey, the wind is not as strong. The 58 mile per hour criteria is the criteria for severe thunderstorm warning. It looks like the winds are below that here. But again, we got from Marion County, Lamar County, all of Fayette County, all of Tuscaloosa County, East Pickens, and Northeast Greene County. You're under severe thunderstorm warning for that Boeing segment we're talking about, and that tiny tornado warning polygon that continues for Lamar County that has the potential to drop some a tornado there. So let me take you into that storm. That, again, it's already past Vernon, so if you're watching it in Vernon, you're okay now. And we'll just kind of look at the velocity and see what we've got here. And there's still evidence of rotation here. We need to watch this carefully. This is going to be coming across northwest portion of Fayette County. This could be well north of downtown Fayette, northwest of you, but there's not a tornado warning for Fayette County or Marion County. But I can tell you that circulation really needs to watching. Let's pull up the correlation coefficient with this, the dual pole technology we've got. I'm going to pan us back into that storm. And again, it's definitely a storm that needs watching. I'm telling you, based off of the velocity signature, is a storm that needs watching that's coming across Lamar County. So again, if you are just now joining us, we have a tornadic circulation that is in Lamar County. And it's tracking northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So again, a tornadic circulation that's tracking northeast at 40 miles per hour. The National Weather Service, I do want to mention this. They issued the severe thunderstorm warning that's coming into Tuscaloosa County and Fayette County, Greene County, and Pickens County, that big swath. And they have text in there for 70-mile-per-hour damaging straight-line winds. And they have a text in there as possible tornado. And the reason they said possible tornado is because this thing could easily spin up a tornado at any moment that is approaching, again, areas like Fayette all the way down to Tuscaloosa. What you are looking at is a velocity signature of a couplet of a storm. This tornado warning for Lamar County, it does end at 12:30, but that signature appears to be a possible tornado developing. So let me pull up our correlation coefficient. And I do not see anything screaming evidence of a tornado signature, which is good. We'll look at our hazards here and see what we got, which is our hazards are not picking up on anything, but we do need to watch that carefully. I'm telling you, the signature does look impressive. Again, all right, here we go, brand new tornado warning. Looks like it is going out. All right, so Danielle, what is the latest on that, if you want to get that information?
Yeah, the Birmingham has issued a tornado warning for Fayette, Lamar, and Marion County until 1 p.m.
So until 1 o'clock. And anything from that storm, Danielle, that they're concerned about? Are they saying anything about reports from that?
No reports so far. They say some of the impacts will be flying debris, mobile homes will be damaged, roof, windows, and to get in a safe area.
Yeah, so, you know, that rotational signature, we really need to watch carefully. So, again, we've got a dangerous thunderstorm that is capable of producing a tornado coming out of Vernon in Lamar County. It's now northeast of the city of Vernon, but there's no doubt the signature continues. And, yeah, the National Weather Service also mentioning that rotation is tightening quickly in Lamar County, moving northeast into Marion County. And it looks like it's going to clip just the northwest tip of Fayette County. If you are watching us in Fayette, you're okay with this potential tornadic storm. This is going to be clipping the northeast northwest part of the county right here. Again, your tornadic circulation is right here below Beaverton. If you're in Gwynn, Twin, Tucker, Brilliant, Winfield, up towards the White House community, you need to be in a safe place. That includes the lowest floor of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. This is going to cross the Interstate 22 corridor, the new Interstate 22 and Highway 278 in Marion County. So again, if you're watching us in Lamar County, East Lamar County, northeast of Vernon, you need to be in a safe place, and that does include the lowest floor of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. All right, so it is 12:21. I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. If you are just now joining us, we've got several dangerous thunderstorms that are coming across West Alabama. We have one tornadic storm that is coming across the far northeast of Lamar County that's going to clip the northwest tip of Fayette County, and it's moving into central and southern portions of Marion County. We got Danielle Davis in the Weather Center, and Danielle, if you want to check on the National Weather Service and any kind of reports coming from those storms, the one in Pickens and the one in Lamar.
No reports yet. They are saying that the rotation on that storm is tightening very quickly, moving into Lamar and moving northeast into Marion County.
Okay, so yeah, they're concerned about a tightening rotational couplet. We've been talking about for quite a while. Okay. So what you're looking at is you're looking at the warning that is for Lamar County and to Marion County. And again, this is a thunderstorm that could easily drop a tornado. And let me pull on the velocity display and show you this and see what's going on with that, because I'm telling you, this storm definitely has that look to it that could drop a tornado with this at any point that's coming across. There's the old scan. Let's see if we get a new update here. Still the old image, but again, we've got evidence of rotation right there that's going to clip the northwest tip of Fayette County. This is all northwest of downtown Fayette. If you're in downtown Fayette, you're okay. If you are in Hubbardsville, we want you to be in a safe place, areas to the north of Hubbardsville. That does include the Bobo community. If you're in Bluff, just to be safe, I would go ahead and go to that safe place now. because the potential for tornadoes still there. And the rotation seems to be slacking a little bit. It seems to be kind of relaxing some. It does not look as tight as it did just a couple of minutes ago. That's fantastic. But just a heads up for Ewan, that circulation is approaching you right now, and also the Ewan community. Yeah, there's two different communities there, one Ewan, one that's Ewan. There's Twin, there's Tucker, there's Interstate 22 that runs up to Hamilton and Marion County all the way down to Jasper. If you are over towards Carbon Hill and Jasper, you are to the south of that tornado warning, but there's severe storms approaching you now. So again, we got evidence of rotation here that's coming towards Ewan and Twin and Tucker and Brilliant. It's going to be moving over 129, Highway 129. I'm looking down towards Tuscaloosa County, going down to the south. And we've got evidence of strong, damaging straight-line winds that's coming into the Moores Bridge area. It's passing Ecola now and approaching Coker. So again, we've got evidence of strong, perhaps damaging straight-line winds that are moving towards areas like Northport and Tuscaloosa. Still got some strong, damaging wind potential coming out of Greene County that will be approaching Ralph, Romulus, and Foster. So a heads up for southwest Tuscaloosa County. We do have a severe storm there, but that is not a tornadic storm. I do want to mention, though, the National Weather Service did say in their text for this big severe thunderstorm warning from northern Greene County, including Tuscaloosa County, Fayette County, for the potential for a developing tornado at any point. So let me zoom out just a little bit and show you a wide view, because I know a lot of people are watching different areas of the state, and that signature coming across northeast Pickens County, northwest Tuscaloosa County. That is very concerning for the potential for damaging straight line winds, and we'll need to carefully watch also for the potential for a tornado with that. Okay, it looks like the National Weather Service mentioning could be seeing a debris signature coming into southwest portion of Marion County. So let's go into that. And again, the National Weather Service seeing possibly a debris signature. So let me look at this, and I'll tell you what I'll do, a loop on this. And I cannot see anything that is screaming obvious. The National Weather Service, they're seeing something, but I do not see anything that is screaming obvious for a debris signature, but we need to watch that carefully. It looks like the rotational signature for that one has weakened some, but I'll tell you what, this storm that's coming out of North Pickens County that has passed reform, approaching Moores Bridge, we need to watch that carefully. Okay. Yeah, circulation is weakening with that one moving in Marion County. We do need to watch it. But I'll tell you what, this coming into Tuscaloosa County, West Tuscaloosa County, has me very concerned. Let me pull up our camera here at Bryant-Denny, and let's just kind of look at this. And again, this is a severe storm that's capable of producing 70-mile-per-hour winds. That's coming into Tuscaloosa County. It's actually already into West Tuscaloosa County. It's approaching areas like Coker and Moores Bridge right now. So again, you're looking live with our camera on Bryant-Denny and Tuscaloosa. We're watching very carefully these cloud bases that are approaching from the west. Understand Tuscaloosa County is not under a tornado warning. You're under severe thunderstorm warning, but the National Weather Service mentioning in their text of a possible tornado that could develop with this. So while there's not formally a tornado warning for Tuscaloosa County, we'll need to carefully watch that because there could be one that's trying to develop over northwest parts of Tuscaloosa County as we speak. So again, that's a live look from Bryant-Denny. Okay. Yeah, the National Weather Service saying the storm up in Marion County is really starting to weaken. But I'm telling you, there's some evidence of some really strong straight line winds that are approaching Tuscaloosa from the southwest right now. And that does have me concerned. Again, you are looking live from Bryant-Denny in Tuscaloosa. We've got a dangerous severe thunderstorm that is tracking off towards the east. The storms themselves are moving kind of in a northeast fashion. but the line itself is moving off towards the east. And again, this does have me very concerned if you are in Tuscaloosa up to Northport for the potential for a tornado that could touch down. I'll say that because these things have spun up so fast, a tornado could easily touch down. So if you're watching us in Tuscaloosa County up into portions of central Fayette County, we need to watch that carefully for the potential for a spin-up tornado or damaging straight-line winds. So again, this is just a situation we'll need to watch carefully. But I will tell you this, you need to take this storm serious. If you are in Tuscaloosa County, because the wind in this thing is very powerful. We're talking about winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. And we're also checking our storm chaser feeds. Here's a live feed, our storm chaser that's in northwest Alabama approaching that storm, the rotating storm moving into Marion County. We're going to watch that carefully as well. But it looks like the rotation has kind of weakened a little bit coming into Lamar County. Or I'm sorry, coming into Marion County out of Lamar County, but it definitely needs watching. So again, if you're just now joining us, I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. It is 12:30 on this Sunday afternoon, and we've got some bad stuff out there coming across West Alabama. We got this line of severe thunderstorms that are developing these quick spin-up tornadoes. Some of these have produced damage, a lot of damage back in Mississippi, and hopefully that trend will cease to exist. But I can tell you this storm coming across northwest Tuscaloosa County, this thing has really got me concerned for the potential for 70 mile per hour winds. That extends all the way down into the Coker area. So from Coker up to the north, up towards Samantha along Lake Tuscaloosa, we could see 70 mile per hour winds with that storm. So again, while it's a severe thunderstorm warning, it has high impact for the potential for strong damaging straight line winds. You see the Boeing feature right there. It's tracking just like that up towards the northeast, towards the Samantha. So here's a closer view of that. There's Moore's Bridge, Highway 171. Samantha, this is about to cross Highway 43. In just a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, it'll be impacting Highway 43 from Lake Tuscaloosa up to the north. Again, that's for the potential for strong, damaging straight-line winds. And again, we'll need to watch for this area here does have a suspicious look, this comma head feature. We'll need to watch that for the potential for tornado. And tell you what, let's put on the velocity and just kind of check this out, see what we've got. And there's still evidence of some kind of broad rotation, this Boeing feature on the north end of that. That's your comma head, what we call a comma head. And again, there could be a rotation developing here, but clearly strong, perhaps damaging straight line winds approaching the north end of Lake Tuscaloosa, and that does extend further towards the south as well. So again, we're going to watch this carefully. There's Northport right there. Looks like the highest potential for strong damaging winds is going to be up here in Northport, up on Lake Tuscaloosa, and points to the north for the potential for winds in excess of 70 miles per hour with this storm. So let's go off to the north, and I want to look at the tornadic storm that's coming across Marion County because that storm has shown signs of weakening. Yes, the rotation is much weaker here now, coming across Ewan and Twin, about to cross Interstate 22. Not as evidence as we saw earlier. Still a storm we need to carefully watch. So if you're all the way up to the White House community, Pierce's Mills on that Highway 278 corridor, we want you to be in your safe place. And again, that does include the lowest floor of your home, many walls between you and the outside as possible, as this storm does continue to track northeast at about 40 miles per hour. I want to put on the warning display. You can see the tornado warning. That does include much of central and east Marion County. Again, this is going to be moving northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So that's your tornado warning right there to the southeast of Hamilton. It does not include downtown Hamilton. All right, looks like the warning has expired. Wow. And just like that, you know, we're talking about the velocity signature was not near as impressive as it was earlier. Okay, so the National Weather Service has canceled the tornado warning. So for the moment, we don't have any tornado warnings in our coverage area. We have severe thunderstorm warnings, first time in a little while, because we've had several tornado warnings with this event already. But right now we got severe thunderstorm warnings for all of Tuscaloosa County, all of Lamar County, all of Fayette County, and most of Marion County. I want to go live with our camera in Tuscaloosa and show you what we got here. And again, this is a storm that we've been watching for a while. You can see the leading edge of the rain shaft now approaching Tuscaloosa from the west. Let me zoom this thing out, and we're just going to kind of look at the cloud basis, make sure we don't see anything that could be developing into a tornado. And understand this is going to be a main threat for Tuscaloosa Northport for damaging straight line winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. Okay, so again, you're watching this live with us on TV for a severe thunderstorm. The wind currently out of the southeast at 11 miles per hour, and that is here in Tuscaloosa. We've got Danielle Davis, who is here in the Weather Center as well. And Danielle, what is the latest on the reports coming in?
Right now, we have a few unofficial reports about trees being down in roads, like County Road 88. A few trees have fallen onto the road.
And what do we have with the watch warning situation? What are the times on those warnings?
Which warnings?
One for Tuscaloosa up to Marion. Looks like a big severe thunderstorm warning they issued. Do you see a time on that?
I
think that was until 1.
It was until 1 p.m., but they've canceled the warning for Fayette, Lamar, and Marion.
Yeah, the tornado warnings has been canceled. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here it is, till 1:15. The severe thunderstorm warning for Fayette, Greene, Pickens, Tuscaloosa. That's until 1:15 for this dangerous thunderstorm that could easily produce winds in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour for a storm that's approaching areas like Tuscaloosa and areas like Fayette. So again, the tornado warnings have been canceled, and you're looking live from Bryant-Denny and Tuscaloosa, and we are watching this leading edge of this rain shaft that's approaching from the west. And the deal is we got this line of thunderstorms that is severe, and we got a lot of reports back in Mississippi of damage from tornadoes, also from straight line winds, and we're going to continue to watch this carefully as this does move into West Alabama from the west. And again, these storms are tracking in a fashion off towards the northeast at about 40 to 45 miles per hour. We got storms that extend all the way down into Sumter County. Just want to kind of start you down here and pan you along this line and show everybody the path of these dangerous thunderstorms. Now, in Sumter County, officially, there's not a severe thunderstorm warning, but you do have some noisy thunderstorms. Could have some winds up to 40 miles per hour. Now, for a severe thunderstorm warning, it has nothing to do with lightning. It's about the amount of wind. It has to be 58 mile per hour winds, has to be quarter-size hail or larger, and also has to be if it produces a tornado. So a severe thunderstorm doesn't have to do with lightning. If it's got a lot of lightning, it doesn't mean it's severe, but that sometimes is an indication a storm is strong. But we don't have a severe thunderstorm warning for this. If you are in Linden, you've got some strong storms approaching, but they're not classified as severe. Really heavy rain coming through Forkland, Utah, up Highway 43 that intersects Highway 11 here in northern Greene County near Utah. Near Green Track. That's where some really heavy rain's falling. Foster's, it is about to pour there. Heavy rain, lots of lightning, and the potential for damaging straight line winds is in this part of the storm. So this is where the severe part starts. And again, for Foster's and Tuscaloosa up towards Northport and Samantha, heads up for you. We got a severe storm coming your way. And then a Boeing segment up here in North Tuscaloosa County coming into Fayette County for the potential for damaging straight line winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. That's the warning, again, from the National Weather Service. 70 mile per hour winds will be possible with that storm as it does approach from the west. And I'll tell you this storm coming into Fayette, this kind of comma head feature, that thing there does look suspicious. We need to watch that carefully. But again, that's tracking northeast, so heads up for Fayette, Berry, Bankston, eventually Oakman and Jasper. You're going to be impacted by this Boeing segment if it continues northeast just like that. Winfield up to Brilliant, up to Hackleburg. We got more severe weather happening. This is severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, the tornado warnings have been allowed to expire. So while we got this, I want to look at the velocity. and just make sure we don't have any obvious signs of rotation or redeveloping. The good news is the guys at the National Weather Service, they did a great job kicking that tornado warning out for Marion County, Lamar County. Clearly the rotation has died out up here, so that's one good thing, but there's some broad rotation of this comet head feature coming to the south portions of Fayette County on the Tuscaloosa-Fayette County line. This is north of Tuscaloosa. We got Fayette right here, Berry, Oakman, Jasper. This thing's going to be moving just like that towards Berry, Oakman, and Jasper. So again, a heads up for you if you are in central Fayette County, roughly from downtown Fayette over towards Berry and Bankston and Oakman. There could be a new tornado trying to develop here. We'll have to watch that. But fortunately, I do not see any screaming sign of rotation south of that. So approaching Tuscaloosa, it looks like predominantly straight line winds that are approaching from the west. And again, here's that live look from Bryant Denny. Let me step off the screen here. In Tuscaloosa, and we're watching that rain shaft come in from the west for the potential for damaging straight line winds. Okay. And looks like we've got a new report. Danielle, if you want to pass along what's happening.
Well, the Weather Service has now issued a tornado warning for Fayette County until 1:30 p.m. Now that is only radar indicated, but they have strong suggestions that there's going to be a tornado touching down in the area. Okay,
yeah, Danielle, what we're just talking about there, the rotation that appears to be developing, and we're going to look north. We're going to look northeast into that storm. I'm sorry, northwest from Tuscaloosa. And again, this storm, I don't think we're going to be able to see anything from our camera in Tuscaloosa. It's just some rain that's in the way, so unfortunately, it's not going to really help us out with that vantage point. But we do have, again, that tornado warning that has just been issued for Fayette County. So let me take you into that. Over to radar and show you what we got here. Again, we got a tornado warning that has been issued for Fayette County, and this is going to be for areas to the southeast of the city of Fayette. And we've just been talking about that for a new developing area rotation. So let me zoom you into that. This is well north of Tuscaloosa. This does not include Tuscaloosa County, but you got severe storms coming in. The potential for a tornado is moving right towards Berry and also the Bankston community. There's New Lexington in North Tuscaloosa County, Boley Springs, Berry, right there. And again, if you are to the northeast of Newtonville or southeast of Fayette, that's where we're concerned about. Fayette, you're not under tornado warning, but you could have some small hail there. Also, the potential for damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour in Fayette. But our developing area rotation is approaching the Highway 43 intersection right now that's just southeast of Fayette. So let me put on the velocity. And again, this is Highway 18 that runs out of Berry, runs into the intersection of 43, and our area rotation again is right here for the potential for a tornado that could be developing, moving just north of New Lexington, northeast. So let me pan this off to the north just a little bit. And again, the tornadic circulation is right here, tracking northeast towards Berry and Bankston. So I'm going to take a cone on here, and I'm going to draw this out for you where the rotation is. And it's moving northeast at about 40 miles per hour, approaching Jasper. If it continues, it will approach Jasper. Now, the tornado warning does not include Walker County. It stops at the Fayette-Walker County line. But if it holds together, it could be approaching areas like Oakman and Jasper. So here's some of the communities. We got Berry at 1 o'clock. We got West Corona at 1:13, Oakman at 1:24. If it continues into Walker County, we got Townley at 1:30, Parrish at 1:35, Mount Hope at 1:40. Again, that is if that circulation does continue off to the northeast like that. So again, tornado warning in effect for much of Fayette County to the southeast of the city of Fayette. Let me take this off. Here's a live look from Tuscaloosa. And again, we're not going to be able to see the tornado from here if it's down, but that is very heavy rain that's approaching from the west, and also got the potential for strong damaging winds in the Tuscaloosa area. So again, a heads up for you, we do have the potential for strong straight line winds approaching Tuscaloosa. I will take you into that, actually, let me show you what's coming in from the west. Again, this is a dangerous thunderstorm that could be producing damaging straight line winds from Foster's up to Coker. That's approaching now Northport and Tuscaloosa very quickly. It could have winds of 70 miles per hour, according to the National Weather Service. With this, we're going to find out pretty quick just how strong the winds are. But to the north of that, we got very, very heavy rain crossing 43 now in Samantha. So if you're watching us in Samantha, that's part of that Boeing segment that could be putting down some very strong winds that has crossed Highway 43. The potential for tornado is going to be just north of New Lexington. It's going to be in this feature right here that has come to the northeast of Newtonville. There's the Stahl community. There's Berry right there. We got Fayette right there. So there's no doubt there's potential for a tornado that has just southeast of the city of Fayette. There's Bankston, Highway 43 and Highway 18 intersect right here in South Fayette County. If you go further south, you go in Tuscaloosa County. Really heavy rain falling with that. But again, there is downtown Fayette right there. You're okay in terms of a risk for a tornado. Now, you could have some strong winds in Fayette, but in terms of rotating winds of, very strong, that's going to be just to the southeast of you. So again, the tornadic circulation is coming up on Bankston and Berry right now. So if you're in Bankston and Berry, if you're in a mobile home, you got to get in a safe place. And that safe place includes the lowest floor of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. And we'll continue to get you through this and let you know the latest information. But if you're from Fayette and south, you're southwest, you're okay. Tornadic circulation is right up here by Bankston and Berry, where Highway 18 and 43 intersect. Here is the Walker County line right here. Officially, Walker County, you are not under tornado warning. We'll see if the National Weather Service will continue that or not. But again, so far, Walker County is not under the tornado warning. Looks like we got some reports. Danielle, what's the latest coming in?
Well, we do have reports on wind damage blowing trees down in Guin and Marion County, trees falling down on County Road 88. And now there's also trees reported down on Brookside Road in Brilliant as well. But the Weather Service is also talking about they're concerned with this type of signature that is showing, which is why they issued the tornado warning. They say they're seeing a lot of the same signatures that they saw back in Mississippi producing tornadoes. Yeah, so these storms have had a big history producing tornadoes back to the west, and there's no doubt that this one could, and that's why the National Weather Service went ahead and triggered that tornado warning for Fayette County. So again, if you're in Berry or Bankston, you have got to be in a safe place. If you're in a mobile home, you got to get out of that and find a site-built structure. This is no doubt a dangerous signature that could easily drop a tornado that is coming across that part of Fayette County. So just a heads up, if you are in Berry or Bankston, we got a dangerous signature of a potential tornado that could be down. And we're going to watch that very close. The National Weather Service also saying this could be one of those deals where it looks like some of the reports we've had back to the west. All right. So again, back in Mississippi, we had a lot of damage reports so far, but here we go. We got a dangerous situation for Bankston and Berry right now. So the National Weather Service is very concerned about the storm, as we are, for the potential for a tornado that could be down. And we got Jabari Pruitt, who's also here in the Weather Center. Jabari, what do you got latest?
Well, Richard, I just spoke with Rob Robertson, director of the Tuscaloosa County EMA, and he says right now they are monitoring the storm. He did want to mention, of course, we've been getting phone calls in the newsroom since I arrived just a few moments ago, that shelters are open. People are asking about those shelters. And a list of where those shelters are, you can go to Tuscaloosa County EMA.org. Of course, I'm still monitoring that, and any information, I'll bring it back to you.
Hey, thank you, Jabari. Again, that's Jabari Pruitt with an update of the latest situation coming in. And again, we got storm shelters in Tuscaloosa County that are open. So good news there for that. Again, we got a tornado warning that is for Fayette County right now. Now, if you go down to the south of that, into Tuscaloosa County, we got the potential for damaging straight line winds that is very high. We could see easily winds of 70 miles per hour all the way down into the Tuscaloosa area. So let me zoom out just a bit. Again, Berry and Bankston, you've got got to be in a safe place for the potential for a tornado. If it continues, it will move into West Walker County. Just to give you a heads up, if you're watching us from Oakman all the way up to Carbon Hill, Kansas, and Jasper, that Interstate 22 corridor, there's a potential for a tornado that could easily continue to move that away. So let me take you down to the south, and I want to show Tuscaloosa area. Because I know we got more storms that are coming in to the west. And I tell you what, there's a wide view, but let me zoom you in. This line of thunderstorms very slowly creeping off towards the east, and it has the potential to produce a lot of wind, and that is approaching Tuscaloosa now. Samantha, very heavy rain, strong damaging winds there all the way down to Foster's. Tuscaloosa, this very intense severe thunderstorm is coming in from the west now. So if you're watching us in Tuscaloosa, that's what you got coming at you. Now here's a live look from Bryant-Denny in Tuscaloosa. Again, we're looking at the cloud basis very carefully as I do track off towards the east. The storm is tracking off towards the east. Let me zoom out just a little bit and kind of pan you around here. If you're just now joining us, we are watching a severe storm that's coming into Tuscaloosa and Northport. We're kind of watching these cloud bases very carefully. Now understand there's not a tornado warning for Tuscaloosa County, but we need to watch these cloud bases very carefully because these things have been able to spin up quickly. And see, the National Weather Service is going to continue the tornado warning for Fayette County, by the way, till 1:30. We don't have any reports of damage, but what you are looking at is live from Tuscaloosa. And we're just watching these cloud bases very carefully. I don't see any obvious evidence of a tornado, though, in Tuscaloosa. Some of those lower hanging clouds look a little ominous, but I don't see any sign of rotation within those. But we do need to watch that carefully as these storms do approach Tuscaloosa from the west. It looks like at any moment in Tuscaloosa, we're going to have winds approaching 50 to 60, possibly even stronger than that, come in from the west. Again, what you're looking at is live from Tuscaloosa, and we're just watching this lowering here to the west of town very carefully, and I do not see any screaming evidence of rotation with that. This is likely just part of a shelf cloud that's coming in, but it just kind of did have a little bit of a suspicious look to it. I just want to kind of keep an eye on that. Again, if you're just now joining us, you are watching live coverage on WVUA 23. And we're in the middle of severe weather coverage. And we got a severe storm coming into Tuscaloosa, and that low cloud looks kind of ominous, but there's fortunately no screaming evidence of rotation. Could that change? Of course, but we'll need to watch it carefully. And Danielle, what's coming in from the chat room?
The National Weather Service has canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Greene and Pickens County. They will continue to hold the severe thunderstorm warning for Fayette and Tuscaloosa counties until 1:15 p.m.
And any new reports coming from that warning?
Yes, we're looking at possible winds reaching up to 70 miles per hour with hail about a quarter size coming into Fayette and Tuscaloosa counties.
Yeah, so they're still going to hang on to that extreme kind of severe thunderstorm warning. And I see they also have context of possible tornado. Wow. Looks like more reports coming in from trees down over Marion County from that storm. Again, what you're looking at is live from Tuscaloosa. We're looking at our camera that's located on top of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and just watching that kind of lower feature there, I don't see any screaming evidence of rotation. It's just part of a shelf cloud, but these things are spinning up so fast, it just needs to be watched. You know, it's just one of those deals that, you know, I'd rather be safe than sorry. If you are in Tuscaloosa and Northport, understand you could have winds easily of 60 miles per hour. And it looks like we're getting some reports now from at the Tuscaloosa Airport, winds about 40 miles per hour right now. So some pretty strong winds coming into the Tuscaloosa area. The Tuscaloosa Airport reporting again 40 mile per hour winds, which isn't to the severe criteria, but it is a pretty nasty storm. So let me go back over to radar and show you what we got here. Again, we got a line of severe storms coming across West Alabama, and I'm going to zoom into some of these storms. Now, understand if you're watching us along the Interstate 65 corridor, you got a while for the storms to reach you, but in about an hour or two, areas like Birmingham up towards Coleman will be impacted by these severe storms. So in about an hour or two, heads up the I-65 corridor, those cities will be impacted by damaging straight line winds. So let me start you down here to the south. And again, if you're watching us from about Demopolis points north, that's where I am concerned about for the potential for damaging straight line winds. Now, formally, there's not a severe thunderstorm warning down here, but it's still a storm that could produce winds of 50 to 60 miles per hour approaching Greensboro and Havana and Moundville as we speak. Also Greensboro and points south, the risk again is lower. Now to the north, approaching the city of Tuscaloosa, we got severe weather happening. Very, very strong winds in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour according to the National Weather Service, approaching downtown Tuscaloosa and approaching Taylorville community down towards Duncanville. We got this Boeing segment for the potential for a tornado that's coming through Berry and Bankston. There's your tornado warning. The National Weather Service has not extended that warning into Fayette County, into Walker County, but they do include Fayette County only. Again, I want to show you this live from Tuscaloosa as a very heavy rain comes in right now. And Danielle, we got a new warning coming out. What's going on?
Yes, a new warning has been issued, a severe thunderstorm warning for Marion, Walker, and Winston counties until 2 p.m. The damage is possible. There's a possible tornado with winds 70 miles per hour, which are possible to occur from a storm. They're not yet indicated, but there is a chance for them to pop up in this severe thunderstorm warning.
And what you're looking at is live from Bryant-Denny and Tuscaloosa. This is incredible seeing the very heavy rain that's coming in as we speak. And we're looking off towards the north. Look at the sheets of rain coming in. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm. Could be producing winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour. That's in Tuscaloosa now and in Northport. And we're just kind of watching this. Let me pan down towards the ground a little bit, and you can get a better vantage point of this. No doubt there's some really, really heavy rain coming in and some strong winds that are coming into Tuscaloosa as we speak. But looks like, Danielle, is the National Weather Service, are they going to replace the tornado warning with that severe thunderstorm warning, or is there any word on that?
For which county?
The Fayette County tornado warning, are they going to replace that?
I have not seen any.
They may just allow it to expire, but we'll watch that carefully. But again, you are looking live from Bryant-Denny and Tuscaloosa. We got very heavy rain. Look at the wind coming through, damaging straight line winds coming into Tuscaloosa now. Now, there's not a tornado warning with this, but we got incredible, powerful winds coming into Tuscaloosa. I mean, look at that, the sheets of rain. That is unbelievable. Now, we got winds that could be approaching 50 to 60 miles per hour very easily in Tuscaloosa and Northport all the way down to Moundville. And yeah, it's raining very heavily in Tuscaloosa as we speak. So again, we got a severe thunderstorm warning for Tuscaloosa County. Let me zoom down and see if we can kind of get an idea how strong the winds are in Tuscaloosa. And again, if you're just now joining us, I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. You see some of the strong winds that are coming into the Tuscaloosa area. Just the sheets of rain that's here on the University of Alabama campus. Again, we're located on top of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and this just looks like a mess here in the Tuscaloosa area. You just see how the sheets of rain are coming through town. And again, we could easily have winds that could bring down some trees and potentially bring down some power lines. And so again, we're watching this live on TV with you, and this is from Tuscaloosa, and we got some pretty powerful winds that are coming through, but we also got Jabari Pruitt, who is in the Weather Center with us. Jabari, what's the latest you've got coming out?
Well, I just spoke with the Fayette County EMA. You've been talking a lot about them. Of course, they told me that they're under a couple of watches, but right now there have been no reports of any damages. They are still monitoring the situation. We do have a crew on the ground right now, kind of getting some video of the rain coming down outside. We still want to make sure that people go to the website, TuscaloosaCountyEMA.org, for a list of the shelters. They are open Of course, we are still monitoring this, and we'll bring you more information as it becomes available.
All right, thank you. That was Jabari Pruitt again giving us updates of some information with Fayette County. Now, fortunately, you know, as Jabari is saying, we don't have any reports of damage in Fayette County, which is fantastic. But we'll continue to watch that. Again, the storm is showing signs of weakening the rotation that's in Fayette County, but what you're looking at is live from Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. Again, a very heavy rain and strong winds that are coming through town. Again, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning that continues with winds that could be in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. Let me go back over to radar. And we got this large line of storms. It is severe. We got that one tornado warning for Fayette County. So let me take you into that. But I'll tell you this now, the storm has shown sign of, at least the rotation has shown sign of weakening. The National Weather Service, officially the warning ends at the Walker County line. Let's see if they have continued that or replaced that. Let me put on the warning because they may have canceled that. Okay, so still there. There's the tornado warning, but again, it goes to the Walker County line. The National Weather Service decided to go with a severe thunderstorm warning downstream of that, meaning more than likely they will not continue this tornado warning as the storm moves out of Fayette County. But still a heads up, if you're in Walker County, all of Walker County, everybody, you need to be in a safe place because for the potential excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. And we'll put on the velocity display and show you what we got here. And again, there's no doubt the evidence of rotation has drastically weakened here across the East Fayette County. There's West Corona, there's Oakman. We got Townley here. Jasper sits right there. And again, if you're anywhere in Walker County, understand there could be a spin-up tornado. The main risk with this is going to be damaging straight line winds, possibly in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. All right, it is now 1 o'clock. If you are just now joining us, I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. You're watching WVOA 23. We continue with nonstop tornado coverage for the potential for these spin-up tornadoes along the line of thunderstorms. We've got Danielle Davis in the Weather Center updating information. Also, we've got Reggie Rokes that is also online with us updating information for you online. If you go over to WVOA23.com and click on the Weather tab, and hit the weather stream, we're nonstop with information on there as well. Let me take you back over to reflectivity and show you what we got here. We got a line of severe storms that's coming across all of West Alabama, much of West Alabama. Let me zoom you out some and tell you what, I'll take you to a home view, a wide perspective so you can see everybody out there. While currently we have no ongoing damage reports at this moment, I can tell you now there's going to be some straight line wind damage with some trees knocked down. We'll just probably get that after the fact. Sometimes these damage reports are delayed, but just don't let your guard down because it could easily happen. So let me tell you what. I'm going to show you everybody real quick out there, and then I'm going to zoom in and kind of give you a radar tour. But along the Interstate 65 corridor, Coleman to Birmingham to Clanton, you got a while to go before these severe storms approach your area, but they are tracking in that direction. We got very heavy rain falling over West Alabama. Storms are lined up from Haleyville down towards Berry and Bankston to Tuscaloosa, down to Greensboro, down to Demopolis. These storms are moving east, but the individual rotations that have developed within this line are moving northeast at about 40 miles per hour. All right, so let me start you on the tail end of this line here that's in Marengo County. And we got
Richard, real quick, the Birmingham Weather Service has canceled the tornado warning for Fayette County.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, Fayette County has been dropped for the tornado warning, which means we have no tornado warnings right now. I do want to stay here for just a little while before we go back over the program because these storms are very nasty. They're severe. And I want to let you know what's happening. Again, from Demopolis down to Linden, we just got some heavy rain coming in. This part of the line is not severe. Could have some gusty winds and quite a bit of lightning, but those storms, again, are not severe. We got let me zoom out just a little bit. Again, we've got severe storms that are north of that that are approaching areas now to the east of Tuscaloosa and Northport. But again, there is Marengo County. Want to start you off with that and pan to the north. If you're watching us in Forkland over towards Greensboro, Havana, very heavy rainfall. And could have some small hail with that, but likely less than quarter-size hail. And could have some gusty winds in excess of 30 to 40 miles per hour. But the criteria for a severe thunderstorm warning is 58 mile per hour winds or higher. Also, it's quarter-size hail or larger, or if it's producing a tornado. So again, that makes a storm severe, but that is not happening down here south of Moundville. Very heavy rain falling in Moundville, but you go just north of that, and that's when you start running into the potential for damaging straight line winds. Now just east of downtown Tuscaloosa, approaching Cottondale. If you're in Cottondale or Holt, you're getting the brunt of the damaging straight line winds now. Duncanville, Coaling, Vance, you got damaging winds that are coming down the interstate towards you and down Highway 82 towards Duncanville. Holt Lake, a heads up for you, you're going to have winds in excess of 60 miles per hour within a matter of minutes. So if you're on Holt Lake, heads up, that severe storm is coming your way, and that goes all the way up to the Jefferson County line. All right, we'll go a little further towards the north. The severe risk has ended for this round to the west of Samantha. But again, we got strong straight line winds up here that are approaching Holt Lake, that are now east of Lake Tuscaloosa. There's a new radar update. We got severe storms that are approaching Jasper in the Interstate 22 corridor. So if you're in Jasper, Oakman, Parrish, Cordova, treat this like a tornado warning, because this Boeing segment here could easily drop 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. In fact, the severe thunderstorm warning calls for that, winds in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour with the potential for a spin-up tornado somewhere in there. Carbon Hill, we got very heavy rain, strong damaging winds approaching. The severe risk has moved east of Fayette now. If you are in Haleyville, Lynn, Double Springs, all the way over to Smith Lake, you need to be in a safe place for the potential for damaging straight line winds. Again, this line is moving off towards the east at about 30 to 40 miles per hour, so it's not going to last all that long for any one spot. I'm going to take you to our home view and show you everybody out there. And by the way, I do want to mention that there could be another round of severe storms later this evening or tonight. The potential is there, so heads up with that. And the National Weather Service is kind of evaluating if they're going to cancel the tornado watch behind this or not. I assume because the potential for new stuff to develop later. But this line of storm is really going to work over the atmosphere. So it's going to be tough to have a tornado threat after this line passes by. But we'll have to watch things carefully for this evening and tonight again for the potential for another round to develop and move across Alabama. But again, what you're looking at reflectivity on radar, and I'm kind of looking at stuff behind the scenes here just to make sure we are okay before we do send it back to program, because we're going to do that here pretty shortly. Again, we still have severe thunderstorm warnings. All tornado warnings have been allowed to expire, but we still have several severe thunderstorm warnings for the potential for damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 to possibly 70 miles per hour. So here's a wide view. The storms are moving off towards the east, and I do want to show you the warnings we've got out there. And the yellow counties, that is a tornado watch until 7 o'clock this evening. We'll see if the National Weather Service will trim this back or not. They're evaluating that now to see if the atmosphere is conducive for more severe storms after this. But I can tell you now, it's going to be tough with all this heavy rain that is moving across Alabama. But we got severe thunderstorm warnings for eastern portions of Marion County, all of Winston County, all of Fayette County, all East Fayette County, all of Walker County, in the eastern half of Tuscaloosa County. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue for these storms to move off towards the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. Now, you go east of I-65, these counties, that's a wind advisory because of the strong gusty winds. That is not a severe weather watch or warning. But the National Weather Service or the Storm Prediction Center may consider extending that watch further east as these storms do also move off towards the east. So again, severe thunderstorm warnings continue for the counties in orange, the counties in yellow. That is a severe tornado watch. And I'm going to look at the reflectivity, and I want to do a loop for you. And just kind of let me step off screen real quick. I'm going to do a loop of this and show you what's happening. And you see the storms, they continue to track east. The individual storms within the line are moving northeast, but we've got some really nasty stuff coming across West Alabama. And so far, so good. I don't see any reports of damage from the National Weather Service, which is fantastic. Hopefully that trend will continue, but I definitely cannot guarantee that. We'll just have to see what happens in the next hour or so if these storms will start to weaken or not. But right now they are holding their intensity. But we got really heavy rain. Let me take you live with our camera in Tuscaloosa and just want to show you what's happening down here. We've got heavy rain falling in Tuscaloosa. And you see University Boulevard down here at the bottom of your screen. You just see the rain. Notice in Tuscaloosa, the wind has slacked up quite a bit now at about 9 miles per hour out of the south. And you see the cars driving through the wet roads. You see some of the water that's ponded on the roadways there across the area. But if you are just now joining us, I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott, along with Danielle Davis in the Weather Center, and Reggie Rokes, who is online with us. We continue to watch very heavy rain that's coming across the area with severe weather as well. We got several severe thunderstorm warnings. All the tornado warnings have just expired, which is fantastic news. Hopefully we'll be, this will be it, but I'm telling you, I cannot guarantee that. But you see how it kind of looks outside in Tuscaloosa. The wind has slacked up drastically over the past 10 minutes or so now, that line of storms. But you see how heavy the rain has been, the ponding on the roadways, which I would not be surprised there's going to be some flooding in spots. So if you live in one of those low flood-prone areas, do keep that in mind. So again, just to kind of reset things, it is 1:09. We're going to send it back to program here in just a couple of minutes, but I want to give you an update of the latest situation across Alabama. We got a line of severe thunderstorms that are lined up from Haleyville to near Jasper now, all the way to the south to areas just on the east side of Tuscaloosa, approaching Vance and Coaling, and also the Cottondale area. Also Holt Lake are being impacted by the storms as we speak. So let me take you into here and we'll do a radar tour. We'll start you at the south in Marengo County. These storms down here are not classified as severe. They are intense. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be some strong gusty winds, but the criteria is not quite met down here in Marengo County for a severe thunderstorm warning. But we do have a really heavy rain that's approaching Linden and Thomaston. You got a little downpour there, but the core of the heavier rain is just to the west over the Tombigbee River from Myrtlewood up to Demopolis. And then you get into stronger storms that are impacting Greensboro now. And this is all to the east of Moundville, the core of that. Still got rain falling in Moundville, but the strong gusty winds are now that east of town, Greensboro, down Highway 69 to where it interchanges Highway 80 in North Marengo County, southern Hale County. Very heavy rain falling, but again, we have the potential. Okay, we do have a live phone interview, and Steve, remind me, who was that again? Okay. All right, we got Rob Robertson from the Tuscaloosa County EMA who is on the phone with us. And Rob, can you hear me? How you doing?
I can, fine. I'm hear you well, Richard.
Hey, what kind of reports are you guys seeing across Tuscaloosa County?
Well, so far, of course, we're continuing to watch this event as we've had intense rainfall. We've had a few trees down. Nothing of significance at this point. It's one of these that, with the unpredictable nature of weather right now in this event, we've been cautious with. We did open city shelters just as a precautionary measure. We're just watching this line pass through here.
Well, one thing is good. We are hearing a lack of reports in the area, and that's one good thing. Looks like, Rob, this line of storms now impacting the eastern part. Hey, all right, I believe I'm back with you. Hey, can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, you went away for a moment. All right.
Yeah, I think my microphone battery just died at about the worst time possible. But what I was saying was you haven't heard of any major damage here in the Tuscaloosa area?
No, we have not. We do have a power outage situation in the northwestern corner of the county that's been reported. I'm sure that's probably tree related or just the high winds that push through, but nothing of more serious nature reported at this time.
Are you guys checking with any other EMA officials over at other counties around us? Anything you guys are hearing from that?
Well, we haven't checked in directly.
Yeah.
We're, of course, watching and get through this county, and then we'll be seeing if we can offer any assistance if there's anything needed in surrounding counties. So we'll, be doing that very, very shortly.
All right. Thank you so much for the report. And Rob, if you hear of anything else, please certainly call us back. Let us know of any damage reports. The quicker we can get these reports out to viewers, the better the warning process is downstream. But again, that was Rob Robertson with the director of the Tuscaloosa County EMA. Thank you again for some slightly good news in terms of the lack of damage reports here in the area. But the latest situation we've got a severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Tuscaloosa County, East Fayette County, pretty much all of Walker County and all of Winston County for the potential for damaging straight line winds that could be in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. So that's the latest with that. The Tuscaloosa area, the storms are starting to creep a little bit to the east of you, but we still have that line of storms that is really from about Holt Lake, all up and down Holt Lake over towards the Coaling area, Duncanville, down to the south of that for, again, the risk of strong straight-line winds. But so far, we have had a lack of reports, which is fantastic for the Tuscaloosa County area. That may change, but so far, that is at least one good thing. So it is now 1:13. I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott, along with Danielle Davis in the Weather Center. We got Reggie Rokes, and we got our staff in here that is getting this information out to you. I do want to remind you, if you lose power, if you go over to WVUA23.com and click weather, we'll click the weather tab and hit live severe weather stream. We are nonstop on there as well. So just a heads up for multiple sources of information where you can hear information live on TV. So there's the latest line of storms that continues to move off towards the east and northeast. Let me take you out to Homeview. I want to show everybody out there and kind of reset the latest watch warning situation. I'll put it on the watch and warning display. And keep in mind, we still have a tornado watch until 7 o'clock. For many Alabama counties, and looks like the National Weather Service has trimmed some of those counties back. Lamar, Pickens, and Sumter no longer under tornado watch, but the counties in yellow you are, and the counties in that orange shade, that's that severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for the potential for strong damaging straight line winds now east of Tuscaloosa. Looks like northern Bibb County and West Jefferson County also included in a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. So far, that is the latest situation across central Alabama. So what we're going to do, we're going to toss over to program. We'll be back here at 1:30 for a severe weather update. If we get a tornado warning, we'll also be live nonstop back on TV. So I'll see you here at 1:30 for another live severe weather update.